Ahoy, mateys. And Rob, I haven't been into the sauce, so no saucepan. Hello, Mark. Welcome aboard. Rob is here too, and Sonia. Sonia? Sonia? Yeah, I see you. Welcome aboard. Oh, goodness. Linda's here. Welcome aboard. I'll try not to be too hard on you tonight. Um, Grandma Ray, welcome aboard. I used some of your expertise. Oh, what was I doing? We were talking about all the airplane instances that we have been hearing about. And I think it's just mostly because it was a trend. And there was another person on here. I don't know if it was Phil Leo. It might have been Rob. Totally agreed with you, Troy, that, there are aviation instances every day. We just don't always hear about them. I hate to say this, but somebody may have died in southern Mississippi today in an aviation incident. But, the only people that, oh gosh, you're going to laugh in a minute. But, anyways, good thing it's Tuesday. But, those people that live in that particular area in Mississippi, they know all about it. Did the national news pick up on it? Maybe on page 26. Okay, so I should take a screenshot of this. I was just about to scroll up to see who else. William, welcome aboard. And I already know who this is without seeing their name. But here's what I'm reading. Come cleaner. Volleyball, vulture, vanilla, vegetables, vase, violin, vulture, vest, van, veterans, Victoria, words start with a V, Captain Jack, and everyone else. But what struck me was come cleaner. Seriously, CUM cleaner. I think it might have been vacuum cleaner, but what's showing on my screen, I'm going to take a picture of it. Maybe we'll use it next week. All right. My goodness. William's on the road. Okay, I'm going to scroll. Yes, I was right. It was Timmy. Okay, tonight, Timmy, is adult humor night. We don't do the words until Wednesday night. I know you're retired, so you don't know what day it is. Nate Dog, welcome aboard. Jim Foster is here. Thank you for being here. I know now that you're probably supervising your lovely wife. Jim, please. I told Sonia that I was going to fire her, and she says, "You can't fire me. I quit." Textual diarrhea. Good one, Rob. Oh, well, I'm not sure if Timmy is at church tonight. I think he goes tomorrow night. Oh, cook and drive. Oh, gosh. A George Foreman grill on the dash. It has to be a George Foreman, though. Wrap your meal in foil and put it on the manifold. I have done that. Simple. Just a simple meal. Like I've done macaroni and cheese that was already cooked. Now I'm warming it up. But then I got the macaroni and cheese, and then I put 2 raw hot dogs. But you can eat a raw hot dog, it's not going to hurt you. But 2 raw hot dogs, wrap them up in aluminum foil and put them on the manifold and drive. And all of a sudden you go, gee, I'm hungry. There's a Coney Island. And you go on the Coney Island, you get your food, and you're all happy. And then you come out and you drive away. And then pretty soon you find a place to camp. And you got this funny smell. This camera's entirely way too close to the heat. Yeah. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Oh. So, buttons on your underwear. Here's the view out the back door of the van. Why am I in the van? Because the wind is blowing pretty strong. You can probably see the flag up there. And so, almost lost my hat. I decided to do the live stream from in the van where I'm comfortable, where I got my notebook. I got my phone that says it's 85 degrees, which I love. I was outside until 5 minutes to the hour with no sandals. This is better than quartzite. I can go no sandals here and ground myself, as Oki would say. And I think she's here. I know Steve is. And just I soaked up the sun for a couple hours. Welcome aboard, Steve. George Hannah's here. Welcome aboard. I gotta talk to you this sometime in the next couple days. Oh, on the phone. I'm all excited about this proposal for M25. I think we're gonna have a blast. Okay, everybody's saying hi to everybody. Swonya with a J. Divine Mojo is here. Welcome aboard, Mindy. Incidences. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Let me scroll down here. So many aviation incidences each day, just like car. Yeah, we don't hear about it. It's still the safest form of mass transit by a long margin. I would have to say I agree with that too, Rob. So lightning strikes, winning the lottery, car crashes, aviation mishaps. I'll go with aviation mishaps for 200, please. Tommy's here. Welcome aboard. Pox Van D. Yes, I am still in Ironwood, D. I'm just so comfortable here. I think I'll just wait till they kick me out. What did I get done today? But believe it or not, I spent most of the day trying to figure out, finally, how to download pictures off my phone into the computer. I'm very close. Now, if you look at the thumbnail that for this live stream, and there will be a quiz on this later. But if you look at that thumbnail was taken with this. And it shows up on the files when I connect the cable and blah, blah, and hit all the right buttons. It shows up. I don't know how to make this brighter. Maybe I do too. Okay, a tiny bit better. It does show up in the files on the Chromebook. Now, I could not get that file to download to the YouTube. Don't ask me why. Now, isn't that weird? I put my hand in front. Okay, I'll just continue to salute everybody. Anyway, I ended up screenshotting it, and then I could use it for the thumbnail for this live stream. Now, I also have, you heard that cleaner is popular in the adult film industry. I think you're right, Jim. That's okay, Box Fan D. We know you're here, and I am honored. Let's see my close up. You're not in the wrong chat. Don't worry. You're all right. I logged into the live last night just in time for a Magneta moment. Or Maganenta. I don't know. Beverly's here. Welcome aboard. Did you close the gate? You know what? I'm here. Jim came back. He didn't like the campsite that he went to check out. He came back night before last, so he's camped right behind me. And then I noticed yesterday when I was doing my little film of our neighborhood incident, I'm not going to give it away yet. I took that little drive that if you go out our driveway here, turn right, and then just on the other side of the fence is a drive that leads back to where you see all these other campers. I took that drive, as you probably know. I took it as far back as I could take it. There was a couple places I had to drive a little faster than normal to keep from getting stuck in the soft gravel. Kind of the road kind of turned into a wash for a little ways in a couple different places, actually. So I drove a little faster, which brings me to the thumbnail. Anyway, that's why the gate's still open. But anyways, when I was driving back, and again, I had to speed up to go through those low spots with, easily 6 to 8 inches of loose gravel, fine loose gravel. So to keep from getting stuck in there, I just zoomed, so to speak. I mean, after a while, you get used to driving on some of those 2 tracks, and you realize that that's soft, deep gravel, pea gravel in front of you, and you can drive through it as long as you maintain a good speed. Let's say 5 miles an hour. That's really probably all you need, unless you're going up a hill, maybe. I mean, you just kind of got to feel it. And so you kind of zoom through there, because if you go too slow or you even stop, you're stuck. Anyway, on the way back, I did a little tiny bit of exploring. I was able to get way closer to the runway, the west end of the runway at the glider port. That was pretty cool. I got some pictures of the paragliders coming down. I mean, I didn't have to use the zoom. I was pretty close. I could hear them talking even. Anyways, I got some good pics on the phone. Then I thought, you know what? I'm going to set up the camera. So I set up my camera. This camera. Okay? This camera. with a magnetic selfie stick. I'm probably the only one in the world that has a magnetic selfie stick. But I like it because, Nancy, welcome aboard. I like it because, ouch, I can, let's say, I can put this on the hood of the van and then I can zoom in, or not, I can't zoom in on this yet. I haven't learned how to do that. I'm not sure that it even does zoom in. But anyways, for steadiness, I can put it on the dash, or not the dash, the hood of the van, or maybe the door, put it wherever, because I can also adjust this. See, I could put this on the side of the door and adjust it any way I want, and let's say focus in on where a plane is landing, or focus in on something I want to take a picture of, and not be all Parkinson's and shaking the camera, or excited. So I did do that at one point yesterday, and I got some great pictures of the paragliders landing in the end of the runway at El Turo Gliderport. All right, let me scroll down here again and I'll finish my story. It's a true story. The Shadow Man? Yes. Yeah, I'm in the shadows. Since it's Tuesday night, Box Andy, I can get away with this. Have you heard the one where this is complimentary? I'd do your shadow on a gravel road. Okay. Shenanigans. That's true. I probably have your notebook. Do you have any identification factors other than you bought yours at Dollar General and so did I? It was $1. Anytime you're home. All right. Thank you, Georgianne. It probably won't be tonight. I'm a little tired because I haven't done anything all day long. Okay, Linda. I'm watching the jumpers and has learned that you don't need a parachute to go skydiving, but you need a parachute to go skydiving twice. That is so true. All right, so, I use my handy dandy camera mounted on the side of the door, and I took some pictures. And then I came home. Well, I came back to camp. On the way back to camp, I'm coming down that long 2-track on the other side of the fence from where I'm at right now, and I notice a van on this side of the fence, and it wasn't Jim. He has a truck. So there is another camper back in here, Steve, and they are over by the fence. I have no idea who they are. I haven't introduced myself. I haven't seen anybody walking around, so small stain. Oh, God. In my research today, Steve, I discovered that there has been, since the beginning of the year, there has been 3 fatalities of parajumpers, or whatever you want to call it. People jumping out of perfectly good airplanes have died. You snuck in. Good one. Nancy wants to know what color were the stains. You know who the Mr. Camper is. Oh, that's cool, Bev. Is it you? You better be here. That'd be fun. If you see me out there laying on the gravel road. Oh, my God. All right. Oh, sheesh. Where was I? Okay. Back to the camera story. Look out, you wave. Okay. I have my glasses on. Is it Mindy? Well, shoot. I've got some wood. We'll have a fire. Jim is, like I say, he's back. Okay, Timmy the Racing Channel, you're all live from the pastor's house today. 17. That is cool. Thank you, Timmy. All right. Divine Mojo is here at Ironwood. That is so cool. I didn't know what your rig looked like, Mindy, or I would have said, hey. I would have waved to you at least. Special forces, you'll never hear about their accidents. That could be true. I saw a couple guys yesterday that came in really fast. And it's like they must have legs of iron or putty. They're able to adapt to 40-mile-an-hour landing. I don't think I could. So, this morning, I did not make breakfast or even coffee. I just woke up, grabbed a water, which I could use another one right now, and started working on trying to figure out how to get this phone to communicate with the Chromebook, which I had a little bit of success. Then I said, okay, and I was also waiting on Steve to get a hold of me concerning an incident in the neighborhood yesterday because I wanted to post my video that concerns that incident, but I needed a little more information. I didn't want to put out false information. So I said, okay, I'll get the chip out of the camera, and I'm looking around and there's no camera. Okay, so I probably left it up in the driver's seat. So I go up front and I move everything and I'm looking for the camera and I'm not finding the camera. So I'm telling myself, turn it on first. Good one, Phil. Welcome aboard. I know what you're talking about, Phil, and I did do that. I turned both units on and I finally figured out how to move, or at least I think I figured out I can at least get the Chromebook to read what's on the phone. I haven't actually moved files because something is stopping me from doing that. I'll learn about it in the next day or two. Wait, I missed something. No one ever died from failure to open parachute. Now the sudden deceleration upon touching down, that has taken a few lives. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of allergic to gravity myself. So I am looking all through the van. I'm like, okay, where is it? Where is it? I'm looking. I'm moving the pillows. I'm moving the bedding. I'm moving my project that I have up front where all my extra bedding is right now and some clothing is right now. It's in between the seats and it's just there to get it out of my hair back here because I'm trying to do a little bit of remodeling. When I get around to it. So I'm finally going, okay. So I shut the van up and I'm thinking, I remembered that the last place I had my camera was mounted on the side of the door. And I was, taking pictures of the gliders coming down. Well, it's not on the side of the door, so it must have got torn off by close proximity to, a Palo Verde tree, maybe, or mesquite, or whatever I may have drove too close to, may have ripped my camera off, and it's laying out there on that road somewhere. So I was just about ready to leave. I went around to shut the side doors on the van, and I turned around, and guess what I found? Thus, the thumbnail. So there's your true story for today. And I was able to upload what's on the camera. But I want this one particular thumbnail that's on the phone. I can't get it to be usable because it is too big for YouTube. It's 2.2 megabytes. I think you need to be under 2 or maybe even under 1 megabyte in order for a picture to be used as a thumbnail. So I do have a workaround. I can pull it up on the photo editor screen and take a screenshot of it, and then I can use it for a thumbnail. That's how the camera stuck to the Coleman stove. That's how that was done. It only took me 3 tries. I need to hook up my mouse. I do have a mouse. It's a Bluetooth mouse or wireless mouse, however you want to call it. Because sometimes this touchpad, when you're trying to use, you're trying to either stretch a picture, or most likely you're trying to reduce a picture, you're trying to crop it. And I'll do it with the touchpad, and I'll get it just about to the point I want, and all of a sudden, boom. Everything you just did is gone. Let's start over. That's frustrating. So it took me like 4 tries to crop that picture, which was just a simple screenshot. But I finally did. I got it cut down. But I didn't have to actually worry about the size. I only had to crop it down just so you didn't see all the other junk laying on my table and that kind of thing. I was trying to focus on the camera that was magnetized to the back wind guard of my 2-burner Coleman stove. Frustrations. Deadliest poison is skydiving. 1 drop kills. That's a good one, Phil. I like that. The paragliders look awfully dodgy. Well, they might be military. However, just to argue with Steve tiny bit, Jim, who has done paragliding, he says if they were military, all the chutes would be the same color, not rainbow colors. So, Phil, your idea about them being dodgy, well, maybe it's diversity training. Okay, shut up, Jack. You need a parachute to go skydiving twice. Good one, Mark. Okay, you brought, what, Steve? You brought your blind friend a cheese grater for his birthday. He later told me it was the most violent book he'd ever read. I love that. You're 11 on thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mindy. That's a subtle reminder to everybody to hit the thumbs up. Oh, my goodness. Nancy saying hi to Timmy. I need to dress like a pink Mighty Morphin Power Ranger one day. I don't think so, Timmy. I'm just not into Power Rangers somehow, some way. I don't mean to burst your bubble, but I'm just, there were some Power Rangers movies that popped up on my either Netflix or I've got Netflix, I've got Amazon, I've got YouTube, of course. I don't have Paramount. I have Max. and one other. Pineapple. No. I don't know. Starts with P, whatever it is. I have that. But it had Power Rangers movies. And I'm like, I checked out a few of them. I said, no, none of them interested me. I have watched Marvel Comics, like Iron Man, Captain America, a couple of those. Again, not quite my genre of what I like to watch. I like to watch the History Channel. Lately, I've been watching a lot of political stuff. I won't get into that. Meditation. I really like ASMR. I like meditation. I like the channels that discuss the benefits of meditating, things like that. And I've been watching a few how-to videos too, like hoping that maybe I can improve my what tiny skills I might have doing YouTube. Okay, Rob's only going to say this once and then bring it up on a regular basis. Camera retention straps are your friend. Get some. Camera retention straps? Oh, this one has a retention strap built in. Sometimes I use it. Okay, Mark, use a snapper to make my thumbnail. Use a snapper to make my thumbnail. You don't like touchpads either, not as intuitive as a good mouse. That's true. Steve says, as I get older, I remember all the people I lost along the way. Maybe my budding career as a tour guide was not the right choice. You know, I'm flashing back to our hike to the petroglyphs and that deep wash. You know, you could get caught in there at the wrong time. And then I see where there's indentations in the wash where chances are animals live or shelter at night. I don't know. Or shelter during the day. You use PicMonkey to do your thumbnails. PicMonkey. Never heard of that, Nate. Have any ladies wore a dress and skydived into the magic circle? Maybe. All right, I got to write down PicMonkey. All right, PicMonkey. I never heard of that program or app, whatever it is. The Gay Paratrooper Crew. That's kind of what I was getting at. All right, GVG. I think that's another app. No, she's saying she's waving at somebody. Oh, the Vanilla Gorilla. Welcome aboard. I have a question for you, Jeff. Are you going live at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight? If so, I will inform Susie to raid you from her live stream tonight, which is the trivia fun. And you know about it because you were there the last couple weeks. All right. I don't have any parrot undies. I do have pirate little chicks, you know, ducklings, little duckling pirates. undies. And no, I'm not wearing them right now. I don't wear socks hardly ever. I own some socks, but very rare do I wear socks. Even in my work boots, my work boots are insulated. So therefore, if I wear socks in my insulated boots in this climate, I will sweat too much. I don't like my feet sweating. It has to be basically below 0 before I'll put socks on. You're still on. You saw the list. Yeah, you are. No. Let me look. I do believe I did put you on the list with a question mark behind it. Okay. Tuesdays. Me at 6 p.m. Eastern. Travel around Susie at 7. And then the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla at 8 p.m. Eastern with no question mark behind it. So, yes, you are scheduled for 8 p.m. Eastern. Subject to change. I did hear from Susie. She's going to be probably going live again during the week on Thursdays after Nancy Adams. Thin Blue Lane. Timmy, what is up with these V words? Okay, cool, Jeff. Nomadic Pride is here. Welcome aboard, John. Good to see you. Jim wants to know about my underwear situation. Consternation. What underwear? I'm commando. And Linda's changing the subject. She wants a Klondike bar. Oh, whoa. Incoming helicopters. They should be over. Well, it's one helicopter. Should be over you in about 5 seconds, Steve. You only eat vegetable sushi. Not sure if it's technically sushi. Um, I'm thinking that you are hilarious, Michelle. Welcome aboard. Oh, but all artificials, right? Artificial cooked crab, artificial smoked salmon, artificial avocado. Yeah, that might qualify. How about goldfish, the crackers? The lighting is so stupid right now. What if I try? Let's see. I'll sit up and I'll wave out the door to Mindy. I don't know if she can see me or not, but I'm waving. All right. Back to not being able to read the chat. Mark says he met an American who said he was from Newark in New York. I wouldn't boast about coming from somewhere which is an anagram of wanker. Well, that's pretty good. Obviously, this American doesn't know where he's from, or he's a lying bastard. Because Newark is in New Jersey. And New York is in New York. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Would you act like a chicken? Joyce reminds me of Gertrude and Heathcliff, the two seagulls. Hey, Gertrude. Yeah, Heathcliff. Did you see that bird go by us like we was just standing still? She says, yeah, Heathcliff, I saw it. He says, well, what do you think that was, Gertrude? She says, I don't know what it was, but I'd fly fast too if my ass was on fire. Okay. That was a Red Skelton joke, skit, whatever. Too much. I don't know how, but I pushed a button. My belly might have hit the stupid touchpad. You know, some days I wonder what it takes to be me. Um, so hopefully tonight, who knows? Maybe I'll wander around a little bit. Put another dime in the meter. But I am gonna watch Travel Around Susie and then watch Jeff. By that time it'll be dark. So I'll wait to wander around till tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I will have to go to town to get a couple scratch-off tickets for tomorrow night's show. No push of the button. And we know that Timmy is trying to get in 15,000 entries. He's right, though. We are on V words, but that's tomorrow night. I wasn't expecting that there would be 17 people watching me from church on a Tuesday, so it must be Bible studies, perhaps. At least with the churches that I've been involved with, which were pretty much Bible churches. I forget what night we had Bible studies, but Wednesday we typically had a Wednesday night service, which is kind of traditional, at least in the area that I grew up. Wednesdays were a go to church night. What do pirates and pimps have in common? They both say yo and walk with a limp. And the limp is caused by being bow-legged. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Oh, tonight is a meeting for the church members. So Timmy is a member. Well, thank you for having me on your big screen TV at the church. And I probably should apologize for some of the little bit off color jokes, but it is Tuesday night after all, and it is, you can see it in the description, it's adult humor night. So everybody's been warned. Of course, on this channel, you might as well be warned no matter what. It can be a live stream, it can be a video, and I'm warning you, there might be something just a little shady. The TV's going to burn down. You're right, John. It's going to catch fire. Thank you, Jeff. The TV's. I'm having a vision of this TV exploding in the church. Church burned to the ground. Klaus was a YouTuber. Oh no. Oh. Now, with the heat, starts to come the flies. I've not seen any cattle grazing. I haven't seen any wild burros. Fortunately, I have not seen any snakes, at least not yet, but the lizards are out. I did see a ground squirrel this morning. First one. Well, actually, second one. I saw one, and I put my glasses on real quick to verify that's what I was looking at. Went to reach for the camera, and I don't know where it was. That was yesterday. You seen a lot of birds? Yeah, me too. I think it's mating season for them right now, too, because they've been vocal. God has a good sense of humor. Yes, Georgianne, I agree. When you think about it, film at 11. When you think about it, if we are created in his image, he must have had a sense of humor. Because we do. I don't know, think about it. Film at 11. Oh, gosh. He owns a car lot. Okay. Oh. Does he have a checkered coat? You know. We had this is a true story. This is back in the 70s. At that time, I was attending a Christian Reformed church. And in the summertime, typically on Sunday at noon, right after church, we'd all shake the pastor's hands and we'd go out and light up our smokes and talk to one another before we would proceed to our various homes or destinations. And I'll think of his name in a minute. Joe Pfeiffer. He owned Pfeiffer Lincoln Mercury. Yeah, he was a car dealer. And he would always have a nice car at church. And typically, a lot of us would go to see what car Joe drove. And well, this particular day, he drove I don't know. It was a Lincoln Continental with a top down. Nice car. And he was also wearing a checkered sport jacket. And I remember I said, Joe, is that a used convertible? He said, why do you ask? I said, because you're wearing your checkered coat. He just fell on the ground laughing. So yeah, sense of humor. Riding an elevator going commando with exposed nips is wrong in so many levels. It might be, but there's no elevator here. Bluebirds. Yeah, I saw a bluebird yesterday, Mindy. And I've the little desert wrens. They are so musical. Especially in glass elevators. Why do nuns go everywhere in pairs? To make sure the other nun gets none. Yeah, but then there's the two nuns that a guy came up and flashed them. And I guess he was well endowed. And the one nun said, well, I never. And the other nun said, well, I never did either, but I always wanted to. All right. What's this? Timmy says, Pastor Joey, Oh, now it says hide it. Come on. Pastor Joey from Timmy's. I got a question for you. Do you remember eating food after church and playing baseball after church? We did have a softball team. We did not practice on Sundays. I grew up in a Dutch community. Back then, and it wasn't as so-called liberal back then as it is today. In fact, there were a lot of Christian Reformed families that no TV at all, period. Oh gosh, they just weren't allowed to have any fun at all. There was a very, very strong strictness to how the families were. In a unfortunate light, the area I grew up in was known as the Bible Belt, and it was also known and registered as the highest unwed mother birth rate, whatever you want to call it, in the entire United States. Yeah, rebellious kids had it shoved down their throats so much they rebelled. Fun fact, bluebirds are the only birds I like. Well, now that's saying something, Kobe. Growing up, I used to watch them out on the patio with their grandma Debbie. It was the first bird I ever learned the name of, and my grandma gave me a book to identify birds. I would love to get a hold of another Audubon book. My mom had one, and we used it a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Or I should say, Kobe should thank you. His story's a lot nicer than mine. Sounds like baseball might have been a better alternative. Actually, I love baseball. I played softball, of course, but I preferred baseball. When we would have a chance to play baseball, not sanctioned, no league, none of that. We would just play baseball. In other words, after we were done practicing our softball, we would get out the baseball and people would move back. Not bragging, but I was pretty good hitter. Yeah, I'm kind of brokenhearted about my mom's book too. My sister may have it. Do I remember chasing the beautiful women on Friday night around town, around the Sonic? The only Sonic that I knew about was in Harrison, Arkansas. And yeah, there were some pretty girls on roller skates that worked there. I didn't chase them, but I guess I could have. Oh my goodness, we only have 5 more minutes. We're going to be rating Travel Around Susie, and I'm going to kill some flies. Mindy says it's a no comment. Why, Mindy? Were you chasing the girls around at the Sonic? I don't think you were. And Nancy says, or, with an asterisk. Hey, maybe the girls went to the Sonic to check out the guys who were there to check out the girls. It almost sounds like the circuit. When I was 15, it was a doggone bee. Well, that just killed it, I think. That freaked me out. I'm sorry I killed the bee, but he was getting too doggone close. Whew. Smoking in the boys' room. Nope, I never smoked back then. I didn't start smoking till I was 19 years old and out of high school. You want your $4. Diego might be in the chat. You never know. I saw Van Man and Mindy. I saw Aussie Van Man and Amanda. Was it yesterday they had a live stream? Or was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday. But he just said that Diego was doing well. Anyways, 15 years old, friend. We wanted to take our own cars, and our friend said, no, there's way too many cops. But we went downtown Grand Rapids and rode the circuit on a Saturday night. And I said, okay, so Ionia to Michigan down to, not Fountain, Monroe back up to, I'll think of the cross street, Monroe up to Monroe Center, and then we take Monroe Center across to Division, and then we'd hit Ionia and repeat. Just go round and round and round. And I mean, it was cool. It was like what you see on American Graffiti, driving up and down Main Street with all the cars, the guys and the girls, and all the flirting and things like that. Later on, drag races. Yeah, we had that. We drag raced on 28th Street in Wyoming, which is a suburb of Grand Rapids. There was a lot of things going on, but when I was 16 and now I could legally drive downtown in my own car, they shut the circuit down. So for us, then everything kind of moved to 28th Street. There was a couple of fast food places. You had the McDonald's and a Big Boy. So a lot of the circuit now was from Big Boy to McDonald's and back. And then the drag racing would usually take place from DeHoop to Kalamazoo Avenue. It was roughly a quarter mile. And the Meyer 50 acres was at Kalamazoo and 28. So big parking lot, you could pull in there and say, okay, what kind of an engine do you have in that car? Blah, blah, blah. All right, it is 1 minute. Okay, you're smoking vapes again. Kobe. All right. I'm not going to, no alcohol. Okay, good. Great racing on Timmy's channel. Thank you. All right, thank you, Linda. You put up Susie's link. All right. We should have took a left at Albuquerque. Yes, let's hope that Becca feels soon. And surgery? Oh, my goodness. All right. Prayers for you, Becky. And there's Susie's link. All right. Let's do this. Let's go raid, travel around Susie. In the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern, from 6 till 8 Eastern. And we will be doing our word games. And yes, V is the letter for tomorrow night. In the meanwhile, fair winds and smiles. You can do it. And may God bless. Thank you for coming aboard. See you at Susie's. Yep, happy trails.